Welcome to the Whole Foods Market Southwest Region Seafood Expert Training, New Team Leader Development Program, and Career Development Associate Store Team Leader Program. Before we begin, you will need a copy of the Southwest Region New Team Leader Development Program, Shadowing Self-Assessment and Checklist, and a copy of the Southwest Region Career Development Associate Store Team Leader Immersion Checklist. These checklists have been added as a resource in Cornerstone. You will find them below the video launcher of this training. Just click on the green titles under Resources on the video training page. If you have not printed these checklists, please pause the video and print them at this time. The new Team Leader Development Program begins now. Make sure you are in a quiet place. Have a pen and paper for taking notes. Ryan Boudreau will lead you through the checklist. He will highlight any items of note. Please remember, you were chosen for your high level of performance and knowledge. All items on the checklist rated 1 or 2 by the trainee should be given the priority level of focus during shadowing. Perform your job as you normally would to allow the trainee to get an accurate picture of what the job entails.
Hi, I'm Ryan Boudreau, the Southwest Seafood Coordinator. I've been with Whole Foods Market for 15 years in a variety of roles. The scope of this training is to cover occupational and food safety, regional and global programs, food focus and product knowledge, customer service, merchandising, systems and operation, and labor scheduling. We will begin with the Southwest Region New Team Leader Development Program, Shadowing Self-Assessment and Checklist. The first thing you'll want to cover is the Occupational Safety Audit Review. The Equipment Safety Review includes all items that would be found in a typical seafood department, including but not limited to knives, oyster shuckers, and cutting gloves. The food safety topics that should be covered include time temperature standards, code dating, country of origin labeling, shellfish tags, and thawing standards. As the seafood department does not currently have organic standards, you should use this time to cover the Marine Stewardship Council guidelines. The EverClean section should include all typical violations, as well as strategies and best practices on how to avoid them. The most common injuries in a seafood department are cuts, lacerations, and slip and falls. You'll want to spend most of your time covering those topics. Review daily, weekly, and monthly cleaning schedules. Discuss why each item needs to be cleaned at the frequency for which it's scheduled. After reviewing the cleaning schedules, walk the floor to give real-world examples of what a clean seafood department looks like. Back rooms, coolers, and freezers should also be included in the cleanliness walk. Reiterate the importance of keeping these areas clean to a well-run seafood department. Provide training on all applicable temperature and food safety logs, including how to fill them out and when to use them. Walk them through the regional seafood SharePoint site, including where to find daily availability, weekly ads, and movement history. Open up the ROC Quality Standards portal to review the resources, including the acceptable and unacceptable ingredients lists, as well as an overview of our sustainability standards. The top differentiators for the seafood department include our sustainability standards, our aquaculture standards, our focus on quality and freshness, our market-made sets, and our in-store smoked program. For our key local programs, please focus on our fresh Gulf suppliers. Our regional best-selling items are red snapper, black drum, and live oysters, but please make sure to review the full availability list as well as any Metro favorites. Highlight the best-selling items in each category. For example, for finfish, it would be Atlantic salmon, tilapia, wild salmon, halibut, etc. For shrimp, it would be the 2630 peeled and deveined shrimp, as well as the 1620 shell-on. Discuss flavor and taste profile for each item, including common, simple preparations that our team members can pass on to our customers. Review the proper way to receive, hold, and merchandise each item, as well as the effective shelf life for each. The focus on diet and lifestyle in seafood should be on paleo. Make sure to review our market-made paleo preparations. Have a discussion about stellar customer service standards and how to instill these in all of our team members before observing live. Sampling should include both active and passive sampling, as well as on-the-floor theater such as whole fish cutting events. One of the most typical customer questions we receive is regarding aquaculture feed. Make sure to review the LXM training program materials to provide answers for this question as well as many others. Highlight the complementary added services that we should be offering with every transaction, including skinning, deboning, peeling and deveining, shucking, as well as offering bagged ice to take home. It is incredibly important that all seafood signage have the proper information for compliance purposes, including country of origin, fresh or frozen, wild or farm raised, as well as unit of measure. Review merchandising as determined by product availability variations. Discuss which items should be expanded and contracted during the week versus on the weekends. Seasonality is very important in seafood at Whole Foods Market. Make sure to highlight the timelines on our main fresh seasonal items. Cleanliness can make or break a seafood department. We need to be clean and odor-free at all times. All customers should be greeted and offered assistance as soon as they walk into our seafood departments. Planning for the week includes setting priorities for each day, team scheduling, order writing, and planning for any upcoming meetings. Planning for the week should also include any necessary TMS functions, ad changeover, receiving large orders, and order to shelf. Make sure to write production, cleaning, sampling, as well as any seasonal needs into all schedules that you write. Define who is to perform the buyer's role, including order writing and a clear understanding of who is to complete OTS responsibilities. Review tear charts, where they can be found on the SharePoint site, how to enter a tear in the scale, and all weights and measures accountability. In this section, you'll cover recording of shrink, how to determine what may contribute to unrecorded shrink, repurposing or transforming product, and strategies to take action to lower overall total shrink. Cover the entire inventory process, including preparation work, count sheets, the actual physical counting of inventory, as well as any reporting review after the inventory count. Backstock cleanliness, organization, and maintenance should all be covered in this section, including coolers, freezers, dry backstock, and any packaging areas. Special orders should cover catering, e-store, holiday orders, as well as systems for any pre-orders or special customer requests. Review first in, first out product rotation, ordering deadline, and setting PARs as strategies to minimize out of stocks. This section should review any and all beneficial reporting, including Tableau, Store Ops, the Seafood SharePoint site, as well as any weekly emailed reporting. Please cover how to best use each of these reports. In this section, review the entire order-to-shelf program. Discuss team-specific duties and responsibilities. Who on each team is responsible for each order-to-shelf checklist item? Please complete the following 2 questions. We will now begin the Career Development Associate Store Team Leader Immersion Checklist. To start, you'll give a brief overview of the seafood team, then perform a safety walk, discuss and perform any pre-opening procedures, then walk the retail floor to assess readiness for opening. Walk the total department, front of house and back of house, looking at merchandising, cleanliness, organization, and discussing systems and operations. Discuss product knowledge, seafood programming, and quality standards. Then look at production, including production sheets and a review of the market-made set. After that, discuss best-in-class customer service standards. Give an overview of our responsibly farmed and wild sustainability programs, focusing on the Marine Stewardship Council. Discuss team structure and dig into department sales. Examine all current seafood promotional programs, discuss department margin, including targets and performance, review labor and scheduling, and dig into financials. Review purchasing, including the time it takes to write a proper order and perform all OTS duties. Review closing shift responsibilities, discuss general equipment, and walk the retail sales floor again. In our seafood departments, we offer fresh, frozen, and smoked seafood, seasonings, and marinades that represent Whole Foods Market's long-term commitment to sustainable seafood. We are continuously researching seafood standards and developments to ensure we can offer high-quality products with confidence. Our standards support fishing practices that ensure the ecological health of the ocean and the abundance of marine life. Your CDASTL will complete with you 1 opening shift and 1 closing shift. The immersion will be focused on the operational and administrational flow of the department. CDASTLs will prepare by reviewing the Seafood Regional SharePoint site beforehand. Begin your immersion with the full safety walk of the department using the Seafood Safety Walk Checklist. Review and observe the seafood department and sub-team specific pre-opening tasks and processes. Review the opening team members' tasks and responsibilities. Observe and assist in the setup of the retail floor. The focus here will be on the setup of the full-service seafood case. Walk the production and storage areas of the department. Review and focus on equipment and coolers, sanitation and safety processes, departmental layout, all applicable logs, and any department-specific areas or items. Walk the retail area. Review and focus on retail standards, flow and functionality, planograms, visual impact, freshness and quality, packaging, abundance and variety, signage, out of stocks, and cross-merchandising. Review key product knowledge of the seafood department, special programs, resources, reference materials, programming tools, etc. Review, observe, and assist with department-specific production tasks and processes. Review opening production responsibilities. Focus on minimizing out of stocks. Review retail team members' responsibilities. Then observe and assist retail team members. Focus on best-in-class customer service. Review the roles, responsibilities, and structure of the seafood department. Review and discuss the department's sales and comps reports. Focus on daily, weekly sales targets, as well as daily, weekly comp. Review and discuss the seafood department promotions. Focus on prime member deals, weekly ad changeout, merchandising plan, and signage accuracy. Review and discuss purchase to sales budgeting, margin reports, promo percentage, sales driving, shrink, and top movers. Review and discuss labor dollars, labor targets, department schedule structure, and sales per labor hour. Department financials. Review and discuss the department's cost of goods, store ops, purchase to sales target, sampling, inventory, as well as scheduling tools and best practices. Review and discuss the department's key vendors, ordering, delivery schedules, receiving, and order-to-shelf order boards. Review, observe, and assist with closing breakdown and cleaning procedures, end-of-day department walkthrough, and cleaning schedule. Review all applicable seafood department equipment. Review the walk-in cooler and freezer for setup, operations, and cleanliness. Review the baler and compactor for setup, operations, cleanliness, and safety. Review the compost and recycling programs. Review the smokers and steamers for setup, operation, cleanliness, and safety. All cold, potentially hazardous foods must be maintained at 41 degrees Fahrenheit or below, and all cold holding devices, reach-in refrigerated units, cold top storage devices, and ice tables. All hot, potentially hazardous foods must be maintained at 140 degrees Fahrenheit or above. Walk-in cooler product temperatures must be maintained at 41 degrees Fahrenheit or below. Thermometers must be accurate and available for use in food receiving preparation, holding, and serving areas. Frozen foods must be held solidly frozen so that they are hard to the touch. Temperature logs must be available and complete. Good personal hygiene practices include clean outer clothing, hair restraint use around exposed food and food contact surfaces, and limiting jewelry on the hands or wrists to a plain ring with no set stone. Audit if the pest prevention program is effective. Are floors, walls, and ceilings free of excessive dust, debris, and standing water? Are interior garbage containers cleaned, lined, and emptied as needed? Please be sure that both you and the ASTL sign these final pages when complete.